Hello everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at Crea. This is a game that is currently in beta, and it is made by Siege Games, and it is available to purchase and play right now. Buying during beta gets you access to the game now, as well as all future updates, and it will cost you $10 now and $15 on release. So I will, of course, as always, link to where you can purchase Crea in the description. And, I would kind of encourage you, if this looks like something that you want to play, to buy it while it's still in beta, because you will actually save a little bit of money, as well as get to kind of experience the game as it turns into what it will eventually become. So, I have started a world here, and I've made a character, and that's what I'm going to jump in as here. So, this is me. And this is, it's basically a kind of 2D sort of sandbox kind of game. Not really dissimilar to things like Terraria. So, I've been playing for a little bit here, so I've got some materials, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain kind of what's going on with this world. So, we, of course, have enemies, and we have tools for collecting. This here is one of our enemies, and I'm actually going to use magic. I accidentally hit the sheep instead. So you can see at the bottom that I do have an HP bar as well as a magic bar. And I'm going to attack this guy, which is going to aggro him, get him a little angry at me. But he was no big deal. I was hoping that he would drop, I believe it's an oil clump. But there's also kind of melee combat as well. I've found that with most enemies, I've been better off using magic, as it's been a little safer. Didn't quite hit that guy. So, this is the combat. I'm still pretty early on here. I've played maybe 40-45 minutes or so. So, there's still, I'm sure, lots to discover about the game, and I don't know, how crazy the combat gets, because I know, I know that's going to be, one of the big questions, because Terraria, of course, was, very, very combat-focused. This has combat in it, but it's not quite as combat-focused, at least from what I can tell so far. But I do like having kind of options as to how I want to do combat at the beginning. I think I'm probably just going to get rid of one of my stacks of paper. So, you may have noticed the kind of chat log box on the side. The game does have multiplayer, but it also acts as if it's multiplayer when you're playing single player. And basically what it's telling me is that I have earned talent points. So we've got 5 basically talents that we've got. So we've got arms, which is kind of our combat, arcane, which is our magic. So I will probably level up something here in magic. I can either level up magic or I can learn a new skill. Let's see. Maybe I want to learn Blizzard. It'd be fun. And then I guess I will have to figure out how to equip Blizzard as well. Probably... I don't know, I'll have to figure that out. But then there's also Divine, which are your healing skills. Gathering, so you can get better at gathering, and then crafting. So... that is kind of one of the things that sets this apart, in my mind, from other kinds of 2D sandbox games. And I believe that one of the things... Oh, good, so I can actually... Oh, I need a mystery item, though. That's helpful. One of the things that does kind of set this apart is kind of the whole system of, let's see, how do I equip it though? It's kind of the system of how you can level up all of your different skills. Now I'm trying to figure out here, oh, equipment. That would make sense. So just go ahead and plop that on my head. Perfect. So what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of figuring out what new things that I can craft. Because I have researched some stuff, and because of that I've now got some new kind of materials that I did not have before. So here I can go over to my research desk. If I open up my inventory, I can actually try out different items here, and I can research those items, and then researching those items will allow me to... oh, he just like dropped it on the ground. I didn't want that. Where'd it go? Uh-oh. Oh, I think my weapon's just gone. Oh no, he picked it up. There we go. That would have been messed up. Anyways, researching... ooh, so I've got lots of options here. But I've been doing mostly basics to start with. Just because, of course, they are the basics of things. So it made sense to me that I may want to start by researching some of the basic materials. Dirt doesn't get us anything. So this is kind of the other thing, and this is also, of course, the thing that I am really enjoying about this game is kind of the idea that you actually have to, you know, put research into different items in order to learn how to use them better, because that seems pretty logical. I kind of like that system as opposed to excuse me, as opposed to something like Minecraft or Terraria, where maybe all of the recipes are just there to begin with. It just depends on whether you have the right materials. This is much more find the materials and then research them, and then you can find the materials again and use them. So, you know, it's a little different, and the game is a little differently paced, I guess you could say, from something like Minecraft and Terraria. And not that I want to, you know, keep making those comparisons, but you know, those comparisons are going to get made, and they are comparisons that make a lot of sense. That being said, I mean, I've played a ton of Minecraft, I've played a ton of Terraria, and I'm still having a really, really good time with Crea. I don't think, you know, I don't think it's not like it's completely similar to those two games. It has some similarities, so I feel like it's still worth playing, even if you have spent a lot of time with those other games. So, you know, kind of what I'm doing here, of course, is just figuring out what all I can research. Because this is, I mean, this is a pretty good representation of kind of the early game. Because you are going to be spending a lot of time kind of just researching stuff so that you can get recipes and then make more stuff. And that's kind of the progression. I don't know if there is like a large-scale progression of the game right now. It is still in beta, so it wouldn't be totally surprising to me if there was not kind of a large-scale progression. See, now I've got just tons of stuff that I can make, so I think what I'll probably do is make a bunch of cloth to start with. Seems like probably a good thing to do. I've already got a research desk. Can make a tanning rack. Can make a workstation if I get some lumber. That's good. So, as you can see, like now, we can obviously make some some progress here. And some progress that we couldn't make before is kind of the more important thing out of that. But, I mean, as far as other stuff, gameplay-wise, I don't think I have too much more to show you. Like I said, it can be multiplayer. I'm only playing single player. I never got too much into, like, Terraria multiplayer. Played some Minecraft multiplayer, but for the most part, for these kind of games, I like to just play on my own anyways, so that's kind of what's going on with this. Yeah, so I mean, that pretty much covers the gameplay side of it. As far as other stuff, so of course there is, like, mining, as you would expect. I should probably get out a torch so I can kind of try and figure out where I am. I like the art style a lot. You know, I think it looks good. Everything is a little small scale, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, I think just because your character, to me, maybe looks a little big. But it's not like it's a huge deal. But, you know, other than that, I like the way the game looks. And then, one of the places that the game really shines for me is actually in the music. I'm not totally sure who composed the music, but it is, it's really good music. It reminds me of, well, this is going to get a little nerdy. It reminds me of Satie, who was kind of an impressionist composer. And I don't know how many people would know this watching this video, but one of the people who was influenced by him, wow, there's like some weird, crazy stuff down here, was actually Koji Kondo, who did a lot of the music for... Yeah, okay, I'll tune it. So now we can actually travel between those, so that's kind of nice. The music for Zelda, like specifically like Ocarina of Time. So, and I was going to say that it reminds me a little of some of the themes from Ocarina of Time, actually. So yeah, the music is definitely really good, and we can actually collect these crystals. And as you saw, I actually spent one to kind of attune that crystal so that we could come back here later on. But I mean, as far as the game goes, I think that's probably about all that I have to show today. I like it so far. Like I said, it kind of moves at a bit of a slower pace, maybe. But that's not a bad thing necessarily, because like I'm also not dying constantly. That's something I found with things like Starbound and Terraria, is that I was dying over and over at the beginning. And I don't really have that sort of feeling with this. And it, you know, it makes me want to like collect more materials, because not only does collecting stuff kind of give you levels, and fighting stuff gives you levels, but you also need to do it in order to research new recipes. So, you know, I'm kind of, I guess if I was going to say anything kind of in conclusion, is it just plays differently from kind of other sandbox games. And, you know, I appreciate that a lot. Because, you know, the last thing I want, of course, is you know, a game that's very, very similar to Terraria or similar to Minecraft. And this, you know, this is not really all that similar to either of those. It plays out like its own thing. So that is pretty nice. I think a lot of people will like this, especially if you like, you know, especially if you've been into kind of the sandbox games that have been coming out recently. I definitely think this is a good one. It's definitely going to be, you know, one that I'm looking out for as we get closer to release, and I will probably play it more and kind of find out more of what's going on in the game. But those are kind of my brief thoughts on the little bit of time that I have spent with the game so far. So like I said, if it looks like something you'd like, I would encourage you to pick it up sooner rather than later, because, like I said, you will get it a few dollars cheaper. But yeah, definitely if it looks like something that you are interested in, check it out. Follow the link below and see what you think. So, with all of that being said, I'm going to wrap up my thoughts here. Yeah, I like it. I think you will too if you like this kind of game. You know, maybe some of the gameplay still needs some tweaks, but the music and art and stuff is already really good, and overall it's pretty good right now. So, as always, feel free to leave comments if there's anything that you'd like to comment on. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos every single day, and if you liked what you saw in my video of Crea, then please consider clicking the like button, because that helps me out a lot, and I appreciate everything that you do to help. So with all of that being said, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.